Good evening, you beautiful souls. This is a video to explain what Crafty for Hope Foundation Incorporated is all about. Crafty for Hope Foundation is a 501c nonprofit charity organization. And what it does is, first of all, I'd like to give thanks to the people who helped Crafty for Hope become possible. Crafty for Hope was grown out of my efforts with the Salvation Army when I did Hope for Hats. This happened this past Christmas. I just wanted to give some homeless some hats, and several of my friends hooked me up with several of my friends in the crochet community, and I had a successful and blessed Hope for Hats, where we gave out hundreds of hats. It was really a nice YouTube community effort and also a Cumberland County community effort. So this is how I came up with the idea of Crafty for Hope Foundation Incorporated, which has nothing to do with the Salvation Army. It has everything to do with me, the help that the Salvation Army gave me, the help that the online YouTube community gave me, and help, first and foremost, from the Lord above. So let me share with you, I wrote it down here, the vision for Crafty for Hope. I don't know the answers to the social crises of Cumberland County, where I live. Cumberland County experiences a high rate of homelessness, unemployment, poverty, poor health outcomes, individual mental health issues, and addiction, just to name a few. In my research for this nonprofit, Crafty for Hope Foundation Incorporated, all the publication referred to Cumberland County as the forgotten county of New Jersey. So as you can imagine, Cumberland County is a very needy county. I would say a very needy county. So, with all of this hurt in Cumberland County, what Crafty for Hope Foundation Incorporated will strive to do on an individual basis is to bring hope to an otherwise dire situation through the joy of crafting and striving to meet small individual needs on a daily basis. A smile, a hug, a friend, the ministry of presence. For those of you that don't know what the ministry of presence is, it's the captain of the Salvation Army introduced me to this. It's where you really cannot help the individual, but you sit there and you hug them, you pray with them, you give them hope for a better tomorrow. When I answer the phones, when I volunteer at the Salvation Army, for 30 seconds or 2 minutes or 20 minutes or however long I talk to the individual, I try to give them hope. Maybe we don't have the funding for rent at the Salvation Army, but I can offer them food. I can offer them other resources to call. That's the ministry of presence. So that's what I'm trying to say when I'm saying that Crafty for Hope Foundation will offer, a hug, a prayer, a friend. The ministry of presence goes a long way and fills a heart with hope in an otherwise hopeless situation. Bringing joy, meeting needs. I am actually doing what I like to do. So I'm going to go into my community with the homeless. I'm going to go into my community at the addiction outpatient center. I'm going to go into my community, into the nursing homes. I'm going to craft with them. I'm going to say, do you need anything? And they're going to say, yeah, I need a tube of toothpaste. I need a pack of diapers. Little things like this. Or maybe big things. I don't know if Crafts for Hope is going to end up being big. But let me start out by meeting small daily needs. Right? And how am I going to do this? By networking. So that's my vision for Crafts for Hope. The mission for Crafts for Hope is as follows: to give hope to residents of Cumberland County, New Jersey, who are experiencing seamlessly hopeless situations through the joy of crafting and networking with the community to meet small individual daily needs. There are 155,000 residents in Cumberland County. These people are the people that are experiencing homelessness, specifically in Cumberland County, as of 220, are 135 households in Bridgeton alone. With statewide, there is 10,264 homeless individuals. That rose by 17%. So in Cumberland County, there's 135 households. So, yes, I'm going to go to the homeless shelter and craft with them. Give them a hug. Give them a smile. Give them a church to go to. Right? This is what I'm planning to do with the homeless. I'm planning to craft with the unemployed by inviting them to the community socials, right? Now, the unemployed, the national total is 3.8% currently, while the statewide total is 4.8% unemployed in New Jersey. In Cumberland County alone, it's a 7.9% total. Practically double the state unemployment total. And practically tripling the national total. Uh, 7.9%. This is why so many people call the Salvation Army. Now, the Salvation Army depends on donations. Now, if there's a 7.9% unemployment rate, the Salvation Army, it would stand to reason, is not getting donations. We can only give what we get in Cumberland County. So, needless to say, the Salvation Army is in debt. But our small little Salvation Army in Bridgeton, New Jersey, of which I am a member, does what it can to help the community. Now, I want to make it perfectly clear that Crafts for Hope Foundation Incorporated is a separate entity from the Salvation Army. I am a member of the Salvation Army. I volunteer at the Salvation Army, but Crafts for Hope is not a part of Salvation Army. Crafts for Hope Foundation Incorporated is a separate entity that will go out and try to help the community separately from the Salvation Army. The poverty level in Cumberland County totals 15.5%. 15% of the population of Cumberland County lives in poverty. The statewide total is 10%. The poor or fair health for residents in Cumberland County. Residents that have poor health in Cumberland County. Myself being one of them. I'm relatively healthy, but I still walk with a walker, right? So poor or fair health for residents in Cumberland County is 25.2%, while the same peer group statewide is 29%. So, the health of the state of New Jersey is not good. And in Cumberland County alone, 25.2% of the people do not have good health. Mental health issues in Cumberland County totals 16.2% of the population, with suicide by distress totaling 64 per 100,000 people. With beneficiaries with depression, that means Medicaid, Medicare, totaling 16.1%. Substance abuse in Cumberland County alone in 2021 totaled, get this people, 87,745 admissions. That is a lot of hurting souls. As a matter of fact, when I volunteered at the Salvation Army, we have security cameras, and lots of times people want to sit on the side of our building and, smoke, I think it's crack, the little white rocks. I'm supposed to call the cops, but I do not call the cops. I'm supposed to tell the captain. This is what the captain said. She said, tell me and I'll call the cops. I do not call the cops. I knock on the window and tell them to get stepping. I'm like, hey, keep it moving. Have respect for God. I can't do that much longer. So if you're listening and you want to do drugs at the Salvation Army, please keep it stepping, because I will call the cops from here forward. I've been letting it go because I didn't know what to do. I asked the captain and she said tell her and she'll call the cops. So we have to stop that. We also have to stop drinking. So no drinking and no drugging on the Salvation Army property. Thank you very much. Your public service announcement. But anyway, again, I'm still going to volunteer at the Salvation Army, but Crafts for Hope will be going to the homeless shelter to try and bring joy to the homeless shelter, right? Now, as far as meeting the needs is also networking with other, resources in the area to help you, So some people just need the joy of crafting, and a referral to other resources that help the homeless. As a matter of fact, I got resources right here. Just a minute. I just looked it up. Okay, for example, I'll come in and craft with the homeless, and at the Center for the Homeless, the Cumberland Family Center, it says experiencing homelessness, living outside or in a tent, living in a shelter, living in a car, living in a hotel, staying with a friend or relative. Let us help. Housing First Initiative may provide rental deposit, first month rent, utility, and rental arrears. So, you heard it here first. So in other words, if I go into the homeless shelter, for example, and craft with the homeless, I might give them this flyer. Bringing joy, meeting needs. You see what I'm saying? The homeless, a very vulnerable population. The unemployed, go to the Family Success Center, 155 Spruce Street. They have resources that can help you. But just because you're unemployed, just because you're homeless, doesn't mean you don't need moments of happiness. So look me up. Let's craft, let's color, let's talk, let's pet the dog. I have a service dog. You know what I mean? You know? If you're living below the poverty line, of course you need food, of course you need this, of course you need that. But why can't you be happy? Bring the kids to the Family Success Center. Let's craft. Right? Let's craft, and I'll hook your family up with food from the food bank, from the Salvation Army. I'll hook your family up with the Family Success Center. They got things they can help you with for the kids. They have a diaper program, just like, in the Salvation Army. You know what I mean? So, but while you're trying to seek help, look me up. Let's have some fun for a minute or for an hour or two with the kids. If you're in poor health, if you're in a nursing home, if you're a shut-in, you deserve joy too. Give me a call. Give Crafts for Hope a call. We'll come bring joy, and we'll see what we can do for you by networking. Because you don't know what's out there to help you because you're shut in. You don't get out of the house, or you're in a nursing home, or you're in assisted living, If you have mental health issues, if you have substance abuse, you're probably doing drugs or alcohol because you don't have a craft, because you don't have a hobby. Idle hands make for the devil's workshop. Give me a call. I'll come over to First Step, the Drug and Alcohol Treatment Center outpatient. I'll share a few laughs with you. But this is all special to me because this population is all special to me because being a special needs foster child and then becoming homeless, then by God's grace becoming a registered nurse, Crafts for Hope Foundation Incorporated will always strive to help the vulnerable families and the vulnerable elderly and the vulnerable people with health problems. Because I was a nurse. Give me a call. Let's forget about our desire, forget about our worries for the afternoon. So, what does this mean what are the goals? What are the goals of Crafts for Hope Foundation? My goal is to procure funding via a grant. I have no money. So, Crafts for Hope will depend on donations. Right? So, craft with the community at least 2 times a month. Actually, I'm going to do it 3 times a month. Okay, but at least 2 times a month. Okay, I'm going to go to the Drug and Alcohol Treatment Center. There's 87,000 admissions to drug and alcohol rehab for substance abuse in the year 2022. That's a lot of hurting souls. So I'm definitely going to stop in there and give you some ideas, and also let you guys know you're not alone. You are not alone in your substance abuse. So that's another goal. I'm going to call organizations and churches to share my story and try to elicit donations for this charitable cause. So 1 week I'm going to go to the Drug and Alcohol Treatment Center. The other week I'm going to go to the Family Success Center. Before the captain leaves, I'm going to ask the captain if I can be in charge of the senior social. She may say no. She may say leave that up to the next captain. But, so I'm going to at least, at this very moment, I have those 2 places lined up to craft. So, at least 2 times a month, craft. 1 time a month, try to elicit donations. By actually going and speaking to churches and stuff. My 4th goal, in no particular order, is to be a beacon of light and hope for the love of God first, and then for the community in which I live. I want people to see this smile coming, you know. I want to share my story on an individual basis. Look, I was homeless. You can make it. Look, I had trouble with alcohol when I had to, stop nursing. I did. I lost myself there for a minute. I started to self-medicate with alcohol. I want to share the story, and there's no shame in that. There's no shame in sharing your story when you're trying to bring other people up. There's absolutely no shame. And can you imagine the substance abuser? When they use drugs or alcohol, they're not happy. They don't want to do that. Nobody grows up to say, oh, I want to be a drug addict. And then when I grow up, nobody does that. And in Cumberland County alone, we had 87,000 admissions. Do they know that? Does the substance abuser know they're not alone? They feel alone. I want to share this while I'm crafting with them. You see? Meet small individual needs by networking and putting out a monthly flyer with community resources available. So I'll make a little flyer and give updates on how Crafts for Hope is doing. Of course, I'm going to have a spot for donations in that little flyer, and I'm going to have resources much like this one. Cumberland Family Shelter, experiencing homelessness, let us help. Rental deposit, first. People don't know the resources that are out there. So if I put it all in one flyer and send it out in the email or pass it out, as I meet the people trying to meet their needs, they'll know where to go for their needs. Maybe if I help direct them, they too can go to college, just like I did when I was homeless. You see, if that's what they want to do. Another goal. I want to compensate board members as able in the future. However, effective immediately, if able, I would love to do this, guys, for the board members. I would love to give them at least one $25 gift certificate to Temu, Walmart, or Amazon at Christmas. Okay, that's your salary. If you're a board member, that's your salary. As I am able, I will give you a gift certificate to Amazon, Walmart, or Temu for your birthday. So, your minimum, for my board members right now, your minimum salary is $25 a year, a maximum of $50. Now, if we ever grow, if it goes places, of course, we'll talk about compensation in future board meetings. But that's what I would like right now, is to give you at least one $25 gift certificate for being a board member. As we're able to do that. That's my goal. In the future, allow others to fly the Crafts for Hope Foundation banner to help their community and network. Okay, so I'm taking a page out of Dolly Parton. You guys know I love Dolly Parton, right? And she has the Imagination Library, where you can open up your own imagination library in your own state, in your own county, at a library near you, as long as you work with another 501c in your community. Well, I would like to do that too. Let's say Lisa A. from the from the crochet community, wants to help her local hospital and make baby blankets. Well, she can take my Crafts for Hope Foundation Incorporated and my logo that you see here twice on the screen and use it in her own community. And because she's using my Crafts for Hope Foundation Incorporated flag, banner, whatever, then we would support Lisa in some way, like maybe help buy supplies or something like that. It would kind of be like a big organization, right? So I am taking a page from Dolly Parton. So Crafts for Hope Foundation Incorporated could have the potential to be in 120 countries and every nation and every state in the United States. That's my vision. No, kidding. Yeah, well, but you never know. You never know where Crafts for Hope Foundation Incorporated could go. But that is my goal, to share my logo, to share my company name with you in Tennessee, with you in Pennsylvania, with you in Michigan, so that you can bring joy, so that you can help meet needs, and Crafts for Hope will support you in your effort. That's my goal. Alright? So there you go. That's my vision. That's my mission. That's my goals for Crafts for Hope. And I just want to thank every one of you on YouTube, you on Facebook, you on social media, Instagram, everywhere. You've been everywhere supporting me. And the names have been scrolling across the screen of the people that are specifically helping me with Crafts for Hope Foundation Incorporated. And it all started because of your kindness for Hope for Hats during Christmas at the Salvation Army. So please pray for me as I embark on this journey in helping the residents of Cumberland County. There are Cumberland County consists of 3 cities: Millville, Vineland, Bridgeton. And in Bridgeton, where I live, there is 27,600 plus residents in a 6-mile radius. Bridgeton is only 6 miles radius. So there's 27,600 and something people living within 6 miles of each other. So this is I gave you the stats, this is a very needy community. This is a very loved community, loved by myself and the Salvation Army. As I go around the community, people are like, "You look familiar." And I'm like, well, I used to be a nurse, or I volunteered at the Salvation Army, or I did this, we all know each other, kind of, sort of, but not really. So please pray for me as I embark on this journey. Keep supporting me. I am having my first board meeting May 9th, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I am inviting all of you not all of you, I'm sorry. In the community. I'm not inviting the YouTube community to the board meeting. I am inviting the community, the Cumberland County community to the board meeting. You have to be a you have to be a Cumberland County resident. Okay, so it's just board members and interested Cumberland County residents. If you see the Zoom link, click on it, and I'll let you in the meeting. And you have to be on time, guys. You can't be coming in Nobody's going to be admitted after 8:15. Okay, so after 8:15, I'm not going to admit anybody to the virtual board meeting. But if you're interested, you have to be a resident of Cumberland County, New Jersey. You have to be on time, and we'll see where life takes us together. And for those of you on YouTube, I will keep you updated because it was your love and support that got this whole thing started. And God bless you guys. Let's keep supporting me, but first and foremost, support your own community first. Okay? Support your own community first, and then support me as the Lord lays it on your heart. I will say I have no money. I want to thank the individual who helped pay to even make Crafts for Hope Foundation Incorporated a nonprofit. Somebody reached into their pocket and paid the other half for me. And I thank you very much. You made it possible to be a nonprofit. Now, I went to the bank and I wanted to start a bank account. I in no way want to touch the money. So I did find a treasurer, but the bank said that I had to bring minutes. They said show the nonprofit certificate. Okay, fine. But then they said I had to show minutes. I don't think you have to show minutes, but I don't want to argue with the bank. You know, you don't want to make enemies in your own community that you're trying to help. You know, so hey, you want minutes? I will go have a board meeting. Now, I do need a secretary, so if you're interested in being a secretary, you don't have to live in the state or near me to be a secretary because everything's done electronically. So if you're interested in being a Crafts for Hope Foundation secretary, send me an email at Crafts for Hope Foundation. No, sorry, my email is craftsforhopecharity@gmail.com. Alright guys, thank you for your support, and I will see you in the next video and keep you updated. God bless. I have decided to follow Jesus. I have decided